Hey everybody, it's Friday, November 29th, 2013, day after Thanksgiving. Hope everyone had a nice day with their families, loved ones, whatever it is that they did, into the holiday season. Local Black Friday craziness is going on here, so we're basically staying home today and avoiding all that. Been a while since we've done a video, so thought I'd do this little blurb and kind of just show what's going on, which is basically a whole lot of nothing. We're kind of hanging out here. It's gotten a little colder. It's getting down into the 20s at night, and just haven't been out in the garage, haven't been doing anything out here on any of the vehicles. We have had some vehicle changes, which I'll show you. I think the last that we videoed, we picked up our 1965 Ford F100, which is just a great old truck. I just love that truck. Cruise it around quite often, actually. Kind of fun to drive. But the heater box, all the controls in the heater box are just set right up solid on there. They won't even move, and the cables that operate them are broke and stuff. So basically at this point it has no heat or defrost. So pretty much she goes out and around when it's warm. But that's okay. We'll get around to that at some point when we do. We have sold a couple. The 1983 Volkswagen GTI has been sold. Made a nice profit on that, essentially doubled our money on that for letting it sit around here and collect dust. So that's a good thing. I know Dave is not going to be happy to hear that, but you know, buddy, shiny pennies. And next up, my mom is not going to be happy to hear this because she was kind of attached to it. We've sold a cop car. Made a really nice profit on that one, and down the road that went. But you know, with all this extra space in the yard, we have picked up some different stuff, so we'll take a look at that. I think the last that we kind of got together here, we were working on painting the house. The one thing we've done is torn out all the shelving and everything that was on this side of the garage, and we put a new bench in down through, which is, you know, pretty much instantly full of stuff and covered crap. So that's one thing that we've done out here. We still have to do something with this side over here. I think we're going to take these shelves out, maybe leave that back section for storage, and get a little bit more room to the wall. But like I say, that's just all in the planning stage. We haven't gotten anywhere there. Of course, Marianne, the Jeep, they are garage dwellers this time of the year. It's actually nice in the morning to come out and get in the Jeep and not have to scrape the windows. So you sit in the garage. Marianne comes out today because it's a nice day. She's typically sitting in here in the garage with a car cover on. So there's that. Like I said, we were working on painting the house. The house is all done. Come out really well. I'm pretty happy with it. My daughter is managing a painting company, so I worked a deal with her and had her crew come out and do some work here, and they did a really nice job. So that's done. Next spring we'll see the landscaping. We'll get working on that. So that came out really nice. It's good to have that done. Of course, our 65, which, like I say, she's just a great old truck. I just love this thing. I may, you know, to be honest with you, I may fix a few things on it here and there and stuff like that. And I really think she needs another set of wheels and tires. I'm thinking some, you know, reverse baby moons might look pretty nice on there. And that's about all I'm going to do to that one. I'm just going to leave it in its natural patina, cruise it around, call it good. So one of the things that we picked up this. This is a 1995 Ford Bronco. It's a 5.8 automatic. It's got a 6-inch super lift suspension lift on it, and it has 3/4 ton axles, front and rear, out of a 86 or a 96 F250. So a little bit beefy. Rides on 35s. Just a really cool truck. She's in pretty good shape. Needs a window, but other than that, not too bad. Couple little you know, character things around it. Front bumper's tweaked a little bit, you know, and a couple little dings here and there, but overall in pretty nice shape. Hell of a lot of fun to drive. Goes real well. Tons of new parts. Essentially just ran into, you know, this one here, and it was just somebody that had actually spent a lot of time and a lot of money on this, and they just needed money, so we actually bought this really cheap. Of course, you know, vehicles like this that, you know, average 10.5 to 12 miles to the gallon these days are not real popular, so you can buy them pretty cheap. And it's a California vehicle. It's not from Nevada. This actually came from the Central California, Sacramento area. So it's rust-free, no rust at all. Like I say, it's got a couple little dings on it, but overall not too bad. So that's the newest edition, and that is licensed and a driver. Cruise that around. Camera girl's been having a good time driving that. She just loves this thing. So that's one addition. We also picked up 2 Subarus. The first one here is a 1992 Subaru. It's an SVX 3.3 liter 6-cylinder automatic transmission, leather interior. This is actually a pretty decent car. It's in nice shape. Runs very nice, but it does have a transmission issue, which is very common for the SVXs. So this is on the repair row here. Get over there on the repair row. So it does these leather seats need a little bit of help, but overall it's in pretty nice shape. Transmission in this is all-wheel drive, and these vehicles were actually a very low production vehicle, and between 1992 and 1997 I believe there was only 14,000 some odd. It was less than 15,000 that they imported to the United States. So it's they're becoming fairly rare, but they are cool. They're a real nice car to drive. Camera girl had a 94 and just loved it, and it's one of those cars you wish she never got rid of. So we've got this 92 with a transmission that we need to do, and we also have another one, and this one here is a 95 SVX. Basically same car, very slight changes here and there. They didn't really change them too much through the whole production run of these things. This one actually is in really good shape. It does have some clear coat issues, as you can see. A couple things on the interior. But this particular car has a noise in the engine, which is very, very rare. You don't very often have engine issues with these 3.3s. So this one here might be interesting. And I bought this one, and I was just going to put the transmission in that one. But you know, this one here is in good enough shape. I'm not going to kill it for parts. So we'll be fixing both of these at some point in time. Right now they're just kind of sitting here in the Nevada sun, just loving life, taking it easy. So we'll get at them, and our bug is kind of exactly the same way that it was. We haven't done any more on the bug. I did have a nice conversation with my daughter about the bug, and she has basically a little bit different idea of what she would like to have in a car than I was going for. We're still going to do the Subaru turbo engine. She's all about that. But we're not going to do as many modifications to the body or anything like that. We're going to essentially, she says, Dad, I want that thing to look basically like a regular bug, and it just goes really, really fast. So there you have it. She's spoken. That's what she wants. That's what she'll get. So I don't know. We'll get the drivetrain sorted out in that, get that in, and basically just kind of redo it. Some fresh paint, fix some stuff, new rubbers. You know, probably do some fancier wheels and tires, but other than that, it'll be pretty much in its stock condition, just like it is. We won't be changing much at all on that. So that's kind of what we've got and what we've been up to. The thing that's going on right now is, to be perfectly honest with you, I have a little lack of ambition on working on any of this stuff. I just haven't wanted to work on cars, and so I just kind of set it to the side, and I haven't really worried too much about it. We've just been doing our normal thing around here. The one thing that I have done, I do have a medical condition. I've got a bad hip that actually needs to be replaced, and that's been progressively getting worse over the last several years. So I think pretty soon that's going to be on the agenda to get that replaced. And that kind of has something to do with, you know, the essential lack of working on cars. It's just, I'm just at that point where, you know, getting out here and crawling around under cars and lifting and yanking and doing all the stuff that we do when we work on them, most days is fairly uncomfortable now. So that's one of the things I think that's probably a pretty good contributing factor to not wanting to work on anything at the moment. So, but we have our projects lined up, so when we do decide that we want to do something, we've got them. So, but in the meantime, what we've been doing is, as I mentioned before, we've been, oh God, almost 30 years we've been involved in radio controlled hobby. Haven't done really much with it in the last 3 or 4 years, and kind of getting back into that a little bit. We're working on some scale trail trucks. They have little competitions for them called G6. You can actually do a search on Google for the Recon G6 events. There's a bunch of video of what they are and what they're about. Kind of fun. So I'm putting together a couple of those right now, and that's probably what our next bunch of videos will be, because that's what I'm doing. So I hope some of you kind of like that kind of stuff. Some do, some don't. It's just one of the things that we're into here, and it's kind of where we're at right now. A lot of stuff going on with this the Google Plus thing, and I'll be honest with you, you know what? Things change. it seems like everybody's always trying to have the latest, greatest, newest things, and things will constantly change. And a lot of times change is not for the good. But I think a lot of the Google Plus issues is we just don't, especially like myself, I'm not a very computer technical kind of guy. I push buttons, and if they work, great. Other than that, I can't figure out an awful lot. So I think a lot of the issues with Google Plus is we just don't know how to use it. And it's not as easy by any means as the old one. But it is what it is, and we'll just have to deal with it. So what I have found is the app that I have on my iPad, for whatever reason, is easier to use with the Google Plus than my regular computer. I don't know why. Maybe it's just probably just me. I just get along, better with that than I do on the other. So, like I say, it is what it is. There's been a lot of uproar about it, but if we want to continue to make videos and stuff like that, a lot of the stuff we have to deal with. And on a side note of that, I have had some problems with my subscriptions. Number one, I got a lot of you guys. I'm not getting your videos in my sub box. I have to periodically kind of go through and look for the guys I like to watch all the time and see if they've done any videos, because that's the only way I know. Other than that, I have no idea. But I am watching. I'm out there, I'm watching all the videos like I always have and still enjoying them, and I'm really glad that, guys are still putting them up. But the other thing that I found is periodically I have a hard time commenting on videos, and I think a lot of that has to do with my settings and the particular settings of the person whose video that I'm looking at not jiving, or however it works. Like I say, it's all magic to me. So just everybody out there, I do appreciate the views on my videos. I like to comment back to people who comment on my stuff, but I am having kind of some issues with it. So if I don't take anything from it. I do read all the comments. I do appreciate the comments, and I do like to comment back, but some of them I just haven't been able to. And to all you guys who are putting up videos, like I say, I'm watching and enjoying your videos, and I appreciate your videos, but I'm not always commenting on them like I used to. So just kind of a issue with that, but it seems to be getting better. I think I'm just figuring out stuff. A couple of the recent videos, Kenny Street Router 100, Sean Velvet Hammer, they put up a couple really good videos that showed the different settings and stuff like that, and I really appreciate that, and I think that's made a difference in what I can do. So that's kind of where we're at. So next up on the agenda will be these trail trucks. We'll be videoing some of the assembly, and we're manufacturing a couple of our own parts for those, and just doing stuff to go out and walk around the woods and have a good time, basically. So we'll be doing that, and I have of course a long weekend this weekend, and it's kind of cool outside. I would say it's fairly nice today. It's sunny, but overall it's cooler. So we'll be probably inside most of the weekend. But we'll be working on those, so I'll turn the camera on and video some of that for you guys, and we'll go from there. And as always, appreciate all your comments, appreciate your subbing, and do your thing. So until the next time, y'all take it easy.